What's up, everybody? It's your boy Slim, aka Mr. Different. Yeah, I want to make a little disclaimer real quick. I want to apologize about the audio that you're about to watch for this beat breakdown. I'm editing it right now, and I just realized, man, I messed up on the audio. So my webcam was recording along with my microphone, so the audio is kind of blended together. So I was gonna have a kind of a low-fi-ish, high quality, bad quality sound, but you can still hear me very fine, very good. I just want to go ahead and give y'all a heads up that I didn't do it on purpose. Y'all know because I always have good quality audio, but in this video the quality's not the best. But the tutorial's still really good, and I didn't want to redo it because it was like 20 minutes long. And yeah, I gotta edit this video plus another one, so therefore, yeah, I didn't want to redo it. So I'm sorry. But anyway, just want to let y'all know that ahead of time. So, hey, enjoy the video. Peace.
Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Slim, aka Mr. Different, and we are back with another beat breakdown. I know like I said, it's been a while since I've done these, but we are back, and I know y'all been missing them, and y'all been wanting me to do them, so we're back. So today we're gonna be taking a look at my Travis Scott Future Metro Boomin style beat. I call it dope. Very dark, kind of moody sounding, kind of trappy, really dope down south trap, Atlanta style, beat, in the style of like Future, Travis Scott, Metro Boomin. Got a lot of reviews on, a lot of questions on me, how I did it, some stuff, and so this is actually a very simple beat, but it sounds really good. Cause I don't know, it was like stupid simple, but it just sounds dope. Anyway, if you haven't heard the beat, I'm gonna play your preview. I'm gonna go over the sounds I use, and I use some new sounds, some new techniques to actually make this beat. And I'm gonna go over them because that's what I like to do. So if you're not ready, let's get into it. Make sure the audio is set right first. Okay. Now you can now you can hear the beat.
This is different.
This is different. This is different.
Alright, this is a little preview of the beat. Very dope sounding, like I said, that's why it's called dope. But, they say it's just a nice trap, got a nice little bounce to it, so that's the whole point. We want to be very simple, but have a very, very dope type of bounce to go with it. So let's start breaking this bad boy down. Let's start with the first sound, the main sound that really got people going like, what the hell is that ARP sound? What program do you use? Well, I use a new plugin that I've been messing around with, and I've been having fun sound designing, and it's called Boop, 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 Rounds, and it's made by Native Instruments. It's like, it is a dope plugin. It's just, I might do a breakdown of this, so like do an overview of this plugin to kind of show you what it's about and what it is and why you should pick it up, because it's a really dope plugin. Like I said, it's basically a FM and subtractive synthesis engine in it, and you can do crazy morphs and crazy sequences, and you can do like you can add like different, like 4 parts to one sound, so you can have like crazy sounds. You can have them like go like morph between each other and all that. And it's a very powerful plugin, but it's very like minimalistic and very simple looking. It looks daunting at first. You don't know what you're doing, but it's, like I said, it's very, you do a lot. So like I said, it has an analog section to it where you can do like some analog subtractive synthesis type stuff. Then it has a digital kind of FM synthesis engine in it, which is really cool. And it's very simple FM and very simple subtractive synthesis, so you can make some dope sounds easily. But anyway, I was just playing around with it, added a little bit of subtractive synthesis to 2 parts, and I did a little FM synthesis to 2 parts. And I just made sure they're all like very low pitch sounds. So there's like a square wave and a triangle wave mixed with another like a sawtooth and another square wave. And I did a little FM synthesis feeding the carrier into the oscillators together. And FM synthesis is very difficult to explain for me, but I could try to explain it in the video later down the road, which, you know, you can do some really cool stuff with FM. I only use FM really to do my dubstep and stuff like that, but I decided to do it here. But anyway, this sound, like I said, it morphs between plugins. And you know what? I don't even have my keyboard plugins, so let's pause real quick and then we'll come right back. Okay, and we're back, and I have my keyboard plugin, but I do. But now, as you see, it's gonna morph between each of the oscillators, these different sounds I have programmed in these different sections. It's gonna make a cool like ARP sound. Hold on, let me do. And it just gives it a very dope sound. I said I'll just add it like a simple chord, simple C sharp minor chord, and it just added its own little sound. And that is the plugin all by itself. I'm not doing none of that. It's not automation. That's all the plugin. And I also added in a gross beats as normal. I did the slow triplets because that's just a cool. It gives that nice like slowed down sound. And then I did some high pass and low pass filtering as usual because, well, high pass and low pass filtering is, you know, common with me. So there you go. And see, without the gross beats, sound like this. I like the slow triplets, just sounds a lot better. Next up, we got a contact. I love contact. And this actually, I think, is the default choir. Yeah, the default choir sound. And I would like, so I'm going to do a choir contact overview next. I think it's the next one I'm going to do. But this is the default choir that comes with contact. Nothing spectacular. Just some simple chords. Basically some same chords, some minor chords, back and forth. But like I said, I use the technique where I turn this into a pad sound. So y'all know what I did when I do that. I cut the lows, cut the highs, and add a phaser to it, and it makes the choir sound like a pad sound. This is what it sounds like beforehand. If we go to it, cut off the sound. Now this is what it sounds like with the effects. Like I said, turning a choir to a pad sound. I actually put a link up here where you can go click on the video where I actually broke down how to do that effect. I'm not gonna break down it here, but that's how you can really turn a, like I said, you can make a nice cool choir vocally pad sound. Next is a silent, because silent is just badass. This is a hard lead. It's called Airbender. It's pretty cool. Made a simple modification to it. Nothing spectacular, but I added a EQ, cut some of my highs because, you know, I just don't like highs. I just don't like highs and beats like this. I think they occupy too much space, especially when you want the vocals to sit in the mix. You know, I like to remove some of my highs. It's just me personally. Then I added my new favorite EQ, not EQ, but reverb, the RC24 by Native Instruments, and man, this is a bad ass EQ reverb. I mean, it's just like one of the most simplest reverb, but it sounds legitly one of the best I've got in my arsenal, and I'm gonna be using this reverb until the end of time. I just need like a delay to complement it, and I'm good to go. So I gotta find me a good delay plug-in. But this reverb is it. Like, I think it's modeling the Lexicon reverb. It's kind of emulating the Lexicon reverb. You know, if you don't know what the Lexicon reverb is, do your research. Those reverbs are the world's best reverb ever. And it comes on like a couple of different, like come on a certain console or a couple of consoles, but it is the best reverb you can get. I mean, it's a lot of money, but it sounds legit. And this is like an emulation of that. And I also have a 48 RC48, which is another emulation of a lexicon type reverb. But like I said, there are two different reverbs that you see. They have different parameters. This is a more, I use this for more like, I guess you use this for more like vocal sounds and stuff like that. And it gives you a lot more options like that. But this one's more, I like this because it's more simpler. You have like a bright and dark like reverb selection. So yeah, I just like the 24 better. But you know, the 48 is still good when I might have some use for it. But this reverb, I mean, before and after makes a huge difference. Like listen. Oh, microphone, sorry. Now, here's with the reverb. Woo! Just add some space and depth and just gives it like a more 3D image to your sounds. I mean, oh man. If you can buy a reverb, go buy this reverb. Or just buy the native instrument bundle. I mean, this reverb is, man. I don't know how to live without it. I mean, I just don't know. Anyway, let's move on to the next sound. We're back to Contact once again. This time we're using the vintage organs, and I just pretty much picked the basic B3 organ, tone wheel B3, and I just started messing around with the upper and lower manual. I turned up the rotary speed, and you know, just tweaked it around a little bit, so just made it kind of my own sound because I don't like using presets. I like to just add like the default and just go from there and just edit and tweak it till I get a sound. So I got kind of that trap organ sound. You know, just a cool little trap organ sound. I just add that in there. Nothing special. Let's go to it. And just add like some, it's really just complementing the other sounds. As you see, it's not, you can't really hear it, but it's there complementing the other sounds. And you actually only hear this in like one part of the beat anyway, so it's kind of cool. So when this comes in, it's like, whoa, what the heck? Like I said, the synth and the choir and the organ only come in like one part. And they say this is a little technique I got where I'll talk about that in a little bit, you know, why I chose that route. All right, let's go to the claps. Simple claps. I mean, nothing special. I play them one by one. But then I said I added some, cut the lows because I said there's really no low information down there. Added a transient master because, man, transient master, if you're doing drums or anything like that. Actually, I didn't even use it this time. Yeah, I didn't. It's supposed to be set to like 15. There you go. Well, so, yeah, there you go. But if you're using like anything like drums, percussive instruments, vocals, I mean, even strings and stuff like that, if you want to add, if you want to bring it closer to the mix, or you want to bring it farther away to the mix without having to actually, you know, adjust your levels and stuff, transient master can do that. And also you can add sustain to it as well, so you can kind of give it a reverb effect, if you know what I mean. You can kind of give somewhat of a reverb effect, but you know, more, I guess, natural sounding. If you use like, let's see, like acoustic guitars, if you add like acoustic guitar, it actually gives like a lively room sound to your acoustic guitar. So, you know, transient master is really good. Like I said, it's 3 knobs. You got attack, which, like I said, to bring it further to the mix or farther away to the mix. And you should sustain, like, adds more sustain or give it more sustain, like makes it more dry sound and more like open reverby sound. So, very good plugin to use. I use it on drums and stuff a lot. So, if you want to get a punchy sound without having an EQ, transient master. I'm giving you the secret right there. Transient master. And then I added my RC24 because it's just soft to keep making plugins like this because it's beautiful. It's just beautiful sound. But here you go. And I actually add the clap just every time the clap hits once, but the snares actually hit before and after the, you know, again, because it just gives kind of some dynamic to the sound. So I did a little move right there. Y'all can't do it like me. Alright, hi-hats. Simple hi-hats, nothing spectacular. I don't think I add no delay or nothing like I usually do. Didn't add that. simple delay. I mean, simple hi-hat with a lot of lows cut. A lot of lows cut and RC24. RC24. And like I said, it just, I had to do a plugin review of these two reverbs so you understand how they work, but you can really get some crazy sounds. And just give you this cool visual representation of what your reverb is actually doing and how it's interacting with the world and how you're, what it is, so you can get a nice visual representation. But it's, man, before and after with this reverb, like, listen. Very dry, very plain with this reverb. Let's speak for itself. Just gotta let it speak for itself. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Next is just a weird little, like, I don't even know what this would be called, but it's just a kind of a hit. Simple little hit, not spectacular. Cymbal, same thing. Very simple. The old triangle percussion sound, I haven't used in a while, but I had to. Which you hear in all the trap beats, so I said, why not? I mean, it's there. And so that, with all the percussive sounds, that really gives it that kind of bounce if you hear it. See, if you ain't got that bounce when you're doing sounds like this, if your drums and everything, if you're not getting that bounce right there, you're not getting that bounce in your overall beat. So you gotta make sure that you're getting that bounce with your percussive instruments. And a good way to do that is to kind of offset timing with stuff. Don't make them all super quantized where it's always hitting in a certain pattern. Have your stuff kind of randomized and hitting in weird positions and weird sections. That way it gives it more of a live feel. So just remember that. That's a good technique to use. And I'll show you that, especially in the drums and 808s, how I did that. Now back to the drums. You got these nice punchy drums. How to get that punchy sound? All I did, look at this. EQ. Y'all already know I cut my lows and my highs, like I normally do. Just give it that more stupid fly. To give it that more punchy sound. And I added a transient master. And I just added about 4%. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Cause without it. See how it just gets a little bit louder, a little bit more punchier. It's a very simple technique, but without the EQ, you really hear a big difference. Now, the EQ made the biggest change, but I could have did the same thing with the transient master by itself, but I like to make sure I'm more precise and really dial in that frequencies that I want to hear with my EQ. I'm my kick drum stuff. And the drum pattern is pretty simple. Very simple drum pattern, but what really makes it come alive is the 808s right here, which is kind of a cool distorted 808 sound. Very simple. I truncated it. If you don't know that, I'll put a link in the video for that. Truncated, so you get this kind of sustained sound. So when you press the longer you hold the key, the longer it plays. I actually did nothing to it. I just left the sound alone. The 808 sounded good. I did not mess with it. And if I tell y'all, the 808s and stuff sound good from the beginning, do not mess with them. Leave them alone. Let them do their work. And then when you add it with the drums, and I said the pattern I actually use is a weird pattern that's actually all over the place, as you can hear. Let me turn off the kick so you can hear. Actually, it's a weird. I just kind of randomly did this, and then I added the drum. Like I said, with the drums, it just sounded like crazy. But as you hear, the 808s and drums don't always hit at the same time, and that's what's going to give you that bounce, especially incorporated with everything else in there. Like if you hear all the percussion instruments, you really feel that bounce. You want to start, getting live. That's the whole point of trap music, to get live and feel good. So. if you're not getting that bounce right there off your drums and percussion, then you're missing out, and your beat's not gonna sound its fullest. And I do the normal thing: side chain my kick drum to my 808, add the limiter to my 808, and then I just do a side chain. That way the kick drum has a chance to breathe through the 808, so you know it don't kind of smother it. And I do this technique all the time, so you know if I want to make another video, more updated video about it, show you how to do it with other plugins, I'll be happy to do that. It's no problem. You know, that's what I'm here for. But side chaining is a very simple but powerful technique to get your 808s and kicks to automatically sit well with each other. Now let's get to the actual beat itself, get to the sequencing part real quick. Boop, boop, boop. Now the sequencing is very simple. Very simple sequencing. I just started with the you know, trying to make it kind of sound eerie at the beginning.
This is different.
But the verses, but as you can see, wait a minute, why is this only right here? This is where the second chorus is where I add in that organ in the lead to it. So now why did I do that? There's a simple reason for that. Cause this is the first chorus. So when the artists listen to it, they're like, oh man, this is dope. You know, they're already into it. Then when that second chorus come around, before they can, you know, go to the next thing and say like, oh, that's it. Before they're like, okay, know the whole beat. You hit them with some new sounds, and it's like, whoa, wait a minute, huh? New sounds. Now I gotta listen to it more. So that makes them want to listen to the beat more, and also gives an opportunity for the listener to really feel like the song is evolving over time. You don't have to always put everything exactly the same all the time. You know, switch it up a little bit. Have some sounds start here, have some sounds start there, and do that. And that way you have a more evolving, more alive sounding, I guess you say, alive sounding beat. And it sounds better, and it works better. And if you don't do that, then you're missing out. Honestly, you're missing out if you don't do that. I think everybody should do that. And it's just something simple you can do that really brings out the beat and really makes it, you know, unique and makes it sound really good. So that's my little tips for that, you know, like sequencing, like pretty much just go wild with it, be different, stand out, you know. As you see, this is another one of them very simple beats that just sounds really good because, you know, less sometimes is more. Remember that. You don't have to go crazy with like a million different tracks. You don't have to use all 200 of these tracks just to make a good beat, you know. The less sounds you got, the better chance you use to have a more consistent, more easier to understand beat. And like I said, just if you want to get bounced, make sure everything is not exactly on point with everything else, and that will give you a little bounce to it. But y'all know what it is. Hope y'all enjoyed this little beat breakdown. I will be doing more beat breakdowns, of course, because you know I like doing beat breakdowns, and y'all love watching beat breakdowns. But anyway, with that being said, it is your boy Slim, aka Mr. Different, not motivated by the money, but like, comment, subscribe, and views. Hope y'all thumb this up, share this, let me know what you think, put a comment, let me know what type of beats y'all want me to make next, and I definitely will accommodate that for y'all, because no problem, I don't have no problem doing that. With that being said, it is your boy Slim, aka Mr. Different, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Y'all be good. Alright, peace.